Hi folks, thank you very much for joining me. Just a quick catch up on where I'm at in my head right now musically. So we talk about maybe the Oswald Strat, the Oswald and Riviera that I've mentioned in a previous video. Maybe talk about the results of all my faffing around with different string types, gauges, tunings. Hope you like that little funky track I just opened up with. Of course it was in the key of D, major that is, and therefore I could use all my major scale and the passing notes. So and of course all the minor pentatonic and the passing notes. And mixing and that's what the whole thing was about. I particularly like this, I want to play it again. I love all that stuff. Anyway, so that's all that was, just constantly mixing and matching them. And when the band went to the 4 chord, like some of these tracks do, they spend so long on the 1 chord, you've got to start thinking of it not so much as now we're on the 4, it's more now we've changed key. And so then you can start, so when it goes to the 4 chord, which was G, I could then decide, nah, I've just changed key now, I'm just going to now play a mixture of G major and G minor pentatonics and mix them, and that's really all I did. That was that. Now, more important stuff. Let's talk about the Oswald first of all. Here is a current picture of it. So I'm super excited about that. Swamp Ash, Hardtail, as you probably know. I can't wait till I get the email saying, right Paul, let's fine tune how you want it relicked. But that I'm thinking October, November. He's really busy just now, so I'm trying not to get too excited like a child at Christmas. So that's going to be great. The Epiphone, here's a picture of the Epiphone Riviera that I've got on order. And the story with that is, that was me trading in my Supro Tremo Verb and having to pay just a wee bit extra to secure the order of an Epiphone Riviera. with mini humbuckers. I'm really looking forward to that. That was bought as a busking guitar because I don't want to be taking expensive custom shop instruments out onto the street. But it seems to be more or less a UK-wide problem. Nobody seems to have them in stock. So Guitar Edinburgh have ordered them, and he's warned me that we could be even looking into next year. So I tried another Epiphone in the shop, didn't like it so much. It was a 3 pickup thing, an old thing, and it was heavy and I didn't like it. So I'm sticking out for the Riviera because I've got a funny feeling I'm going to enjoy that guitar with its mini humbuckers. So that's that. What else? String gauges, string types, and string tunings. Just a quick update. I spent a year and a half mucking about with all of the above, but I feel I've now reached a conclusion and I don't feel the need to muck about anymore. Let's talk about string gauges first. Gauge 8s for me, or any light strings, not for me. If I get really sore hands as I get older, maybe. But the whole thing that came out on YouTube a year or so ago, a year and a half ago, suggesting that we need to rethink our string gauge and lighter strings are actually more toneful. Not for me. No thanks. So I've settled down as a general guide. Gibsons for me are gauge 11. And Fenders 1 gauge down. So it's the typical 10s for Fenders, 11s for Gibson, and that seems to be the way of it because Gibson scale lengths are shorter, therefore they're slinkier by very nature, so you can get away with the heavier strings. Now we talk about flat wounds. I have had flat wounds on my 335, my Gold Top, and my Telecaster, and the Telecaster is the only one that they've stayed on because the Telecaster is the only one where the transformation is so obvious, and the flat wounds are so heavy, they're gauge 12, that I've dropped the tuning of the Telecaster down 1 tone. So down a tone and wearing flat wounds, it's the only guitar that screams, this is obviously flat wound. You can hear it plunkiness, and that's what I wanted. Can you hear that plunkiness? Listen to that. Love that. The other guitars were a disappointment with flat wounds, including this. This was slightly better than the 335, but it still was only a halfway house, where the Telecaster is just obviously flat wound. So these have now got nickel strings back on. So I've concluded that Fenders and flat wounds, if you want that classic plunky thing, go get a Jazzmaster and put heavy flat wounds on, down tune it a tone or even more, and you'll sound like these players like Madison Cunningham. Oh, her tone is amazing. Heavy strings, down low tuning, flat wound. So that's that. Then of course, tunings in general. I've experimented with up and downs, not alternate tunings, but standard tuning versus down a whole tone. I think they call it D standard. All my guitars are generally back to normal tuning, but the 335 sounds for some reason majestic down a tone. The Telecaster's down a tone just because of the heavy flat wounds, but the 335 is staying, as far as I'm aware, until further notice, down a tone. It just sounds majestic and amazing, and it sounds better than it does on standard tuning. But everything else, my Les Pauls are all back to normal tuning, normal strings, cha-ching. So anyway, let's conclude now. Thank you very much for watching. I am just the luckiest boy in the world. I've got a great YouTube channel, some great subscribers, and a room full of amazing guitars. Every night I come home and it's just awesome looking at these things that I've managed to collect. Hopefully going to live till I'm 100. I might not, I might get killed tomorrow by some freak accident, but if I live a long life, I'm going to have a great retirement. I just hope that I do have that long life. Let's see. But God, I'm a lucky boy. And thank you very much for watching me and sharing in my daft little videos. And hope you're having a lovely day or evening or morning, wherever you are. And I hope to see you on the next vid. I'm going to go now and have something to drink. Maybe make that a cup of tea then if I do want to live till I'm 100. Thanks again. Bye for now.